Good morning. It's sliding into afternoon. I'll say good afternoon. Whoop, whoop, but I beat the clock, so there you go. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, doing Keep It Simple, Stepping It Up. And today we're doing Bottled Happiness. And we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk as we work, but we're going to be doing masking. We're going to be doing, showing you how to bottle up those beads. And there's a couple of other things. There's a lot of things, punching, and how to fix those oops, because we have a lot of those opportunities for creativity. And I'm going to show you one that I created. I never created an opportunity for creativity. All right, let's get that straight. Oops is an oops. All right, in this particular case, when I was stamping, I threw the stamp and I set it on the side. It fell over and stamped again. All right, so they happen in all kinds of forms and fashions. So I'm going to show you how we deal with it, or how I deal with it, and how you can deal with it and make it even something even more beautiful. All right, so with that, let's go down to hands and let's get started. All right, so here's some of the things we've created. Some we're creating today and some we're not, but I just want to show you because I'm doing this for a senior facility and we're going to be coloring today. So I set this up so we can color, right? But I'm just showing these things because there's so many things with this kit. This is the oops, and I'm going to show you how we're going to work to create with that and do something with that. And there's something I did there. So we're going to talk about that. With that, though, let's get started with the small card, the 3x3. We always start this out for our favorite peeps, and you might be added to that peep list too. And that is for our Francine and Linda, who love. They're the ones that started this whole 3x3 card, and I do it every time now as a result. So this set actually has a stamp set and a punch, and the punch just cuts out the shape of this right here, and I'll show you that when we get to there. So with this, I'm going to show you, I'm going to use that Tahitian blue. And I'll show you the example that I did and I actually had messed up on. I want to show you what it looks like. And I actually put something on there to make it really highlight. But you can see when we stamp, it's pretty. It looks like it's glass already, right? That's not ours. We're going to make ours a little bit nicer. That was just my opportunity to just explore. And let's see if I've got my bottle on here. If not, I'll have to put my bottle on here if I can find a plain block. We have plenty of plain blocks up here. Alright, let me find my bottle. I thought I had it teed up. I have the other bottles. We're going to use two different bottles, okay? So the nice thing about this is you'll have to decide. You know what? I'm going to use a small one. That's right. Okay, well at least I got this one ready. I'm going to show you something we can do with that. Let's go and get the small one before I mess that up and have another opportunity for creativity I wasn't looking for. And I'm going to stamp it on here, and you're going to see, as soon as that ink dries and everything else, it's already going to look like it's got a glass look. And that is the nice thing about this stamp. You can see where it looks like it's already got glass. But we could do something else that makes it look a little more glassier. And I'm going to clean my stamp off in a minute, not at this moment, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and stamp our flowers. And this actually comes with a set, and it's two. One does the green leaves, the other does the other color here. And actually with this one here, I'm going to use the petal pink. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we're going to use it something else too, and I just want to show you the differences. So the nice thing about this stamp set is, what I'm going to do, we're going to do masking several times here. So what is masking? In this particular case, I'm just going to be using a post-it note like this. And it's just so that when I go to stamp this, it's not going to get all over my bottle, right? So that's what I want to do. Now this is going to stamp off, right? Because the fact is, we're on a smaller piece of paper. But I just want to show you. Oh, I didn't get that. I didn't ink it very good. Alright, so on that opportunity for creativity, we're going to flip it over. I'll have to restamp this a second here. Don't know what I did there that I didn't do right. That is okay. We'll do this again though. Okay, so that was an oops, right? Because I didn't get my flowers didn't come out as nice as I wanted them to, because I didn't get it all. But that's okay. So I'll show you what we'll do with that as well. So this won't be a card on this particular paper right here, right? Because I had that opportunity for creativity. So that's okay. We're just going to re-ink it up. I'm not sure. I'll just press it in the middle better this time. I'm not sure what I did, but that's okay. I don't sweat the small stuff, right? So, don't sweat the small stuff. This is small stuff. Alright, so if I have to press it in a little bit better there in the middle, I will. And let me see. Still didn't get the middle very good. I'm not sure why that is. Let's see. Okay, that's better that time. Alright, so then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other side of this, and we're going to put some green on it, and we'll have it done. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that off, even though I haven't cleaned it, because I don't see my cleaning thing right now. I got it buried. It's okay. Same thing as the other. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. The worst thing I can do is get ink on my fingers, right? Oh, hi, Jennifer. Yes, if you're out there, please say hi. Please, please, please. So we have been including you guys also when we do our giveaway at the end of the month. Oh, alright, that's what I get for saying hi, right? Alright, sorry about that. Alright, let me change that. This is exactly why I close my stamps. Some people can leave them open. I can't, because I'll do just like I did. I would tell you not to do what I just did, but I can't clean it at the moment. So all you're going to do is line up these flowers. So this little green, if you can see them, they're like the little centers of the flowers. So all you're going to do is just line them up to the center of the flowers. And if you have to rotate it a little bit, just rotate it a little bit, right? If it's not perfect, it's just not perfect, okay? And I'm just going to stamp. Okay, so there we go. So we got the center of our flowers and our bouquet of flowers. And then we're going to just take our mask off, and that's what it's going to look like. Okay? Now, if you wanted it to float further than what you could have done, and we could do that again, we'll just do it again and I'll show you. So if you see where I sat there and put my masking there and I ended it ended the flowers straight across, okay? So if that's not what you wanted, let's do this a third time. We'll do it on the other side. Doesn't matter. Okay. It's all about learning, right? If you know, it's all about the opportunity to learn. And, you know, the thing is, everybody thinks everything that's done is perfect, yada, 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 and it's not, okay? It's just not. Alright, if you can see right there, too, you can see where it sort of looks like it goes over that goes over the taller bottle really nicely. This is the shorter bottle. But, you know, you just work with it, okay? So we're going to work with it, and let me shut that. I know, I just said that. It's like, shut it. Okay, I can wash my hands, right? You're supposed to wash your hands anyway. We'll redo this, and we'll see what you think. Okay, because it's all about, you know, when we create, you know, I always have things in my mind that I want to do. And sometimes it works out the way I want, sometimes it doesn't. And so, what we're going to do here, in fact, let's just try the opposite here. Let's try putting the greenery on first and see what you think. See if I can see that just as well. See, I can see right here where I can easily move my bottle. So see, they got these little grooves here that you can easily, the top of your bottle, like right here. So like I could easily put it right there if I wanted to. So you can switch it around. Okay, so let's try the green first and see how we think this floats for us. And I'm looking. Now, so see, the reason why I had this up here is, see, if I even come up here right now and I go around the bottle, so what I would want to do is, let's say you want those flowers to flow around. That's fine. Then just come up here and piece around your bottle. You know what, I just take it and I just rip it, you know. There you go. I mean, just trying to cover this part right here, right? Now, I can put a little bit of flowers, but I don't want to do all of it. Let's go ahead and we'll do this here. I'm trying to see, make sure I got it, my directions right. Then we'll come back with the other, okay? So we're going to do the same thing, and I'm just doing it a little bit higher, maybe. Okay, so you see how I've got my flowers, and it's coming around the bottle, and that's what I sort of want to do. And then we do the same thing. So we're going to leave this here, but I'm going to show you. So see how it comes around the bottom versus flat, where the other one's a little bit flatter looking? And that's just all because I've just came in here and I've masked it with this right here with Post-it note. So now we're going to come back in and we'll see if you like this better. But it doesn't matter. We're going to move on. So what I like with this one here is that I'm not going to put a message on this one because it's just a very small little card. And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. And yes, I'm going to stick it onto something else a moment. It's not the right way to do that, but that's what I'm doing. In fact, I'll just get one of these right here. This will be a lot easier. There. Should have done that to begin with. Alright. Hindsight's always nice, but it's like a little late, right? Okay, so same thing here. Just like I was doing there. I already know sort of how I was going to do the flowers because we saw it. So the same thing, I'm just reversing it. So actually these should go up this way. I know these are going to go to the top. Okay, so I'm just looking where I can line up some center flowers. Okay, so it looks like about right there. Alright, so see, there we go. Then we take that off and we have our bouquet on top of our bottle. But you could put a message if you wanted to. Didn't leave a lot of space there. I'm just going to have to do this for the moment since I don't see my other thing. But looky there. So that's all we did. So you can see we're over here. We had a very flat look. Straight across because I put the Post-it note there to mask it off. Here I just worked the masking around the bottle itself. And I've got more of the flowing of flowers. And that's really what I want. Hi Ashley. I'm doing great. It is a great day for creating and stamping and so forth. So there's the small one. I'm going to leave it there for the moment. We can come up with some bling. But I do want to move on to the second one. So the second card here is we're actually going to do some masking, but we're going to do a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and stamp our bottle on here first, and we're going to do a taller bottle, okay? And we're going to do some different flowers. So in this particular case, I'm going to use you know what, let's go, yeah, I'm going to do the tall bottle, because I'm going to show you the tall bottle too. Alright, because there's things that you can do with both, right? So when I did the tall bottle, I actually used the Tahitian Tide, just the same here. And I don't see, okay, I don't see what I was thinking I was going to see. Alright, we're going to use the short bottle then. Okay, not a problem. We're going to shift gears. It's not going to be blue then. I'm going to do this sweet sorbet. Actually, this is a day, it's sort of like a test, right? It doesn't matter. We have to just be able to shift gears. So I'm just going to shift gears. And we're going to do this in sweet sorbet. And I'm just going to do it a little bit to the right because I'm going to use more flowers on this one. And I just want to show you the technique. So basically, we are stamping this here. And then I'm going to add my flowers. In this particular case, I'm taking flowers from a different set. I'm taking the Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to make these flowers look like they're in the vase. So all I'm going to do is put this right here. And then we're going to stamp this. This is called Granite Gray. And it will stamp a light color so that you have the color you need or want to be able to color in, right? So I'm just going to show you how to do that. I'm not going to do it all. I'll show you the finished one that I did. But I'm going to show you how we got those extra flowers without any problems. So I'm just going to come through here. And I'm just going to stamp, right? I'm just going to stamp. Alright, so there's my first set of flowers. And see, I set this like this yesterday, and when I was working, it fell over and gave me an opportunity for creativity. And I'll show you that. That's what exactly happened here. Here became an opportunity for creativity that I got to do something with. Alright, so now we're going to get the second set of flowers on here. So what I did to get the second set of flowers on here is I just didn't want it coming over my bottle, right? So we can do it any way we want to. I just didn't want it over the bottle. So if you don't mind, if you don't want your flowers to come over here, you can come over here, right here to the, so you've got two colors. See the outer edge and right here. So if you put this just right here, right with the inside there, it's not going to really matter. And I can get more of the flower in there, right? So all I did with this is, it just depends how low you want your flowers to go next to the bottle. So I did it two ways. This one I'm going to do where it's like at the bottom. So all I'm going to do is come across this bottom like this here. And yeah, we're going to stamp off, right? So not all of it's going to be there. But looky there. So now I'm just going to take the tag off. So if it falls over, it's not on what we're doing here. And here we go. And then you can easily put a tag here. Now when I colored this is a technique we've used before. And we can use it again today. But I'm not going to do it the whole time, right? Because we've already done this before. And I just want to show you an example. You know, the blending brush isn't here either. Alright, we had a retreat over the weekend and we sort of moved things around because we needed, oh I see it. We moved things around because we needed them, and now to go and just find some things. So you're just taking a block, right? Any block, doesn't matter. And all I'm doing is I am going to sit there and take the edge of my block. Now this is just one coloring technique, right? There's others, but this is what I'm doing today and showing you. So I'm just going to take the edge here and take this blending pen. It's a blender pen, and I'm just going to come color. Alright? So we're going to do that with the green, and we're going to do that with the yellow. And I just come coloring between the lines, right? Now, so this is one way we can do it, and this is the way I did it today. The other way we could do it is still do this, and we could actually die cut these flowers out and put them up on dimensionals. So when I talk about different choices and different things we could have done, I could have cut these out, these flowers right here, the die cut with daffodil flowers. So we could have die cut them and put them up on dimensionals. We could have fussy cut this bottle here, right, and put it up on dimensionals. So I just want to show you that that's how I colored it in. And I'm sticking all my mess to the side. And at the end, when you get through, you get it looking like this, okay? Now, the only thing that I did right here on the bottle to get that look is another technique. And the easiest way to do this technique is with a paintbrush. I just used a regular paintbrush. It's a little stiff from me using it earlier and doing this. So all we're going to do is we're going to actually paint this bottle with Shimmer Crystal Effects. And I'm going to do it on one of the ones I've already done so I can show you, because I've already done it once, just to give you an idea. And so if I wanted it a thicker color, or I shouldn't say thicker color, maybe that's a good way to put it, I'm not sure. You can let me know. You let me know what you think. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this on here. Now you have to let it dry between layers. It just depends how thick of a look you want from a glass perspective. So this is already flexed. It already cleans up really nice with water. I didn't have to use soap. You could use soap, I'm sure. Nobody complains about you using soap. Okay, now you want to dab around here, especially when you just put the ink on, because if not, it'll pick up some of that color and smear it, and that's not what you're wanting to do, right? We're just wanting to give this a really sort of more of a glassy look. You don't have to though, right? Because when you look here, you can see this looks like it's glass, this looks like it's glass. But the truth of the matter is, this is when I'm giving it more of a glossy look. I'm just sort of dabbling around there, and I'm just sort of smoothing out what I'd already done earlier and just giving it a little bit thicker coat. Okay? And I'll show you the difference. So you'll see the difference when I put it up here to the camera. You can see where I've gone and done it. Gives it a wet look, whereas this does not have a wet look, and that's because I've added the shimmer effect in here. It's I did it with a paintbrush. It says shimmering crystal effect, so it just gives it more of a crystallized look, right? And then all I did was put my wink of Stella here, and I had some butterflies. So that's where I was going with this here, but I wasn't going to spend some time more coloring when I've already done it, and I could show it to you. And we put a tag on it. Main thing was to show you the masking and how we did it with the bottle to make it look like it looks. Okay? So, I'm just putting on my mess right here, because I got to clean it up. So that would be our second card. The third card that we're going to do is going to be looking like this. Okay, we're going to talk about how we did that. So, we're going to start off with, the first thing that we want to do here is we're going to do some stamping, okay? We're going to do just like we did there, but we're going to do it a little differently, because we're actually going to be stamping on this here. It is easier, when you create this here, it is easier to stamp the flowers and all together now than it is once you put the stuff on. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. We actually use 2 colors, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to bring this down. In this particular case, I'm going to use my Post-it note to hold this down a moment, right? Because I'm going to stamp on 2 pieces of paper. And we did this on the retreat Saturday. We did it actually with 3 pieces of paper, and it's called triple stamping, triple time stamping. This one we're just doing 2 layers, okay? But the key to it is we want to make sure when we do this that it really comes out, right? So this one here didn't clean off, but it's going to be okay because I'm using the same color that I used before. And this is Petal Pink. No, Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride. They look very similar in some respects, but when you stamp with them side by side, you'll see the difference. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp up here. I'm not worried about this up here because I'm just going to line this up right with the paper here. We're not going to go over, because see how that lines up? I don't know if you can see it. It lines up really nice to the top of the bottle. So we're just going to stamp, and looky there. So let me show you that again. When I sat there and stamped that, see, I saw it better when I did it down like that. You can see like right here, there's just, see if you can see that right there. So I can just put it, it goes right around the top of the bottle real nice. Okay? Now see, I did not get that one part very good. Alright. I don't want an opportunity for creativity. Let's see if we can line this up. Sometimes I can and sometimes I cannot. And that's, you know what? And if I have an opportunity for creativity, what are we going to do? We're just going to flip this paper over. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Sometimes I can and sometimes I cannot. Alright, let's see. Alright, we are going to have an opportunity for creativity here. So, tell you what I'm going to do, because I can always cover up the inside here. I am just going to flip this. And that means now I'll have to put some designer series paper or something there. Maybe a gift card holder. Something. Alright, that'll be our opportunity for creativity. Then now this, I'm going to flip over. I'm just going to flip it over. And I'm going to put it down. Alright, so nobody's going to know that unless you watch the video. Or if you're in the house with me as I'm creating. That would be the other way you would know. So, we're going to have to really watch that center somehow. It may be because I'm right there to the edge, but that's the only way you're going to get that look that I'm looking for here, is I'm going to have to stamp on the bottle, because I want it to look like the flowers are overrunning from the bottle, right? And I'm going to show you something else we're going to do too. So I'm just going to sort of mash in the center. I didn't have to worry about everybody else, but that's center. Alright. So that still did not work out the way I wanted it to. Alright. We're just going to see what we can do with it. Alright. We're not going to sweat it. We're going to see what we can do with it. I'm not sure what I can do with it at the moment, but we're going to go with it. Alright. So we're going to move on to our green. And let's see what green we used. I think we used a darker green on my example. And I don't have my darker green with me. So therefore we will use Granny Apple. I really like the darker green though. Oh, I see it. I see it. There we go. I see it. I didn't say, man, I thought I had everything right here. I did. Alright. This is Wednesday. This is hump day. You know, it's supposed to be like getting over the hump of the week, and it's supposed to be smoother, right? Okay. That's okay. I've just sort of had a week like that, you know, where everything just sort of seems to not go like I wanted it to. I'm not clicking along, getting stamp on my hands, ink on my hands, just little stuff like that, you know, things like that that just challenges us. So same thing here, I'm just going to do like I did earlier. Watch, the green's going to stamp on better than I did the other. Talk about opportunities for creativity. Okay. And we'll get that on, and of course that goes on just fine in comparison. Don't ask me what I did with the center there, but that's okay. We'll work with it. We'll find a way, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Now, the only other thing I was going to do with this here is I'm going to use some other flowers to go with this as well too, which we don't have to do that yet, okay? We can finish this up first. So, what I want to show you then is I got some different steps. Here is what the bottle's going to look like. And I went ahead and already stamped the tag. So we didn't deal with stamping the tag. Just so we had it done. And you sort of had to explore around. So I actually really and truly, this chocolate, this is actually early espresso that's there. And we're going to use this here. So when you punch this out, like we did here, you sit there and you have this left. Save it because we're going to use it. Alright? So I just want to show you, so when you get these here, they come and they have a sticky side on both sides, alright? So you can stick it to the paper and you can stick it onto another piece of paper. So what we've done here is I've already got this here, and it's easier to sit there. So the easiest way to do this is you want to take a quarter of a teaspoon and actually pour the beads in here, and then we're going to turn around. This, I just used very vanilla because that's what I wanted on this one. But whatever you want to use, then you take the adhesive off here and you're going to stick it over there once you've got your beads inside here. But that's the easiest way to put the beads in, is put a quarter of a teaspoon. It does plenty. This is a quarter of a teaspoon. So you can see that it's really plenty of beads to be able to shake it around and all that kind of stuff, right? Because that's the fun part of having the beads. And then you can see with this one that got completed, you can see this one is completed. It's plenty. Alright, so we're just going to finish this up. She already did this part of this is already done for me, so now all I have to do is attach it right here. So let's get this off. See, it just peels off like that. So it's on both sides. So that way you can do one side at a time, because it's the only way you're going to be able to do it, okay? And then we're just going to come and attach it like right here. And if the punch sits there, make sure it's really perfectly fits in, and it's done. Okay? So from here then, I just have to put adhesive, or in this particular case, I'm going to put dimensionals on here. And that is going to fit right behind this beautifully. Okay? So get our dimensionals on here. Oh, I did, no, that's not on there. Okay, I confused myself here. You know what? You know what I just did? I did confuse myself. Alright, I think I need to go, I am home, so I don't need to go home and go to bed. I think I just need to put myself down for a nap or something. Alright, let's see what we can do here. That's not going to work. Okie dokie, well let's see here. See, that's a problem. That's an opportunity. Okay, let me just deal with it. Okay, so if I was going to deal with this, which that's what I'm going to have to do, since I put my bottle on the wrong side, right? Okay. Okay, so what are we going to do? I am going to tape this little puppy back down. I am now going to put tape up here, or I should say I'm just going to put it right up here so I don't mess that up, right? Because I just need the green on here. Let me come down a little bit lower. Because I do want it to line up, and it's going to line up, right? So I really don't need all that. I just need this to line up for me so I can stamp it, if I can stamp it. Now, this can be a challenge because the stamp, let's see, we can just try it out right now. It does not really like having to go around this bottom. Okay, so see, I am not going to be able to do that. The only other way that I could do anything with this is, besides my techie maybe getting after me. Okay, so if I was just going to even try to improvise this, which it is totally improvising. Alright, let's get the green back out. We're going to color. Alright, we'll see what we think. If we don't like it, guess what? We're going to scrap it, just scrap it. I don't like scrapping things, but you know what? I have to say, there's a limit to even my opportunities for creativity. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Alright, so I'm just going to come in here, I'm just going to like color in the middle here. And you know, I can put some bling in the center there. Oh, I like, thank you Ashley, I like the Granny Apple Green too. It's one of my favorites of the greens that I have because it's so bright, right? I like it because it's so bright. So we're just going to keep on, I'm just going to keep on, alright? I can add bling in here to help me out too. I really can't tell on this here. But we're going to get it, alright? We're not going to sweat the small stuff. And then I have what I should have created. Let's see here. I'm just going to do this here. And I'm just going to freehand this a little bit, right? People don't know that I freehanded it unless they saw the original stamp. And I'm just going to add some greenery in here as if it belongs, right? Now, to me, it's not going to look, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, it's not going to look as nice as the stamp. But I have to tell you, you know, we have those family members, those aunts that love everything we create. They love when we do a little handprint. I mean, you name it, they like it. And you know what? They really don't care if we messed up. They just care that we sent them something, right? So it's a good thing I have some people like that. I mean, my grandkids would even accept, you know, if I sent them something, right? So don't even worry about it. Just sort of not sweat the. I was just trying to think if I missed anything. All right. So if I looked over here, I might come out a little bit green here, a little green here, and a little green here. Okay. I was trying to think if I missed anything else. So I think I filled in the gaps there. Is it perfect? No, but here's the deal. We're going to put this up on dimensionals, right? So the nice thing about dimensionals, is it hides some of it for you, right? So I can see I got green up there. I am a mess today. I am making a mess today. Alright. But I am still lovable, alright? I'm still lovable. And I'm still fun size, and that's not going to change either. So there's some things that won't change. So I can't change fun size, and I cannot change lovable. So fun size and lovable. You know what? And the sun rises tomorrow. So no matter what happens with this, the sun will still rise tomorrow, right? So we're not going to sweat it. We're really not going to sweat it. Might be like life's most embarrassing moment at the moment. Feels like that, but hey, even that'll pass, right? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. So actually it's not going to blend too bad there. If I actually wanted to add some of the other color here too, I could, right? So there's some ways that we could do that. We could even put our tag right there, right? And nobody would know the difference either. So that may be our other opportunity. I'll have to think on that. Okay. Meanwhile, let's add some more flowers. And this is flowers we don't have to worry about. These flowers here are going to they're just going to be ones you could color if you want. I'm looking. Let me get them. So the other colors, these are just like a stenciled look, right? That's all it's going to be. Just like a stenciled look. Let's see if we get them here. Alright. Don't see it there. So they're here. They are here. I've just buried them. Oh, here they are right here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this here, we're just going to do some stamping, okay? I'm not going to color it in. I just wanted some more flowers because the thing is, this is going to be overflowing with happiness. So I wanted this to feel like it was overflowing. So I could put this right here, right? So it looks like the flowers are coming out. Originally I was going to put them here, but now I have the opportunity for creativity. So I'm just going to add these extra flowers coming out over here. I just wanted to be able to do that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the way here so I don't have another opportunity for creativity here for me. I'm going to move my flowers. Alright, so for us now it's just a matter of stamping. Okay? So let me see here. We're going to get back this color here, right here. This is the Blushing Bride. So the color of my flowers are going to match, right? But they're going to look a little different because this is a different type of flower. But I'm going to do the same thing, okay? I just want it to look like flowers are overflowing. So I'm just going to stamp, right? And I should have done this again before I put the bottle on there. And that's most probably why I messed up to begin with, because it's like, okay. Alright, and I'm just going to keep on stamping. Now I like to turn them around. And so the other thing I could do too, and I'm going to get ink all over my hands, I could also put this on the edge, right? So since I sat there and already put my bottle on, and I really should have most probably waited, that's fine. Let's just stamp then. I'm just going to make sure that when I do it, and then I can also do some stamping off, right? That's the nice thing about this kind of stuff is you can stamp off and just give it like a backwards, like it's just in the background, right? Let's see, I'm going to turn it though. I don't want it all looking the same, right? Okay, so we're just going to stamp a little bit more. Just get it all filled with flowers. That's all I'm trying to do. And I think right here, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get it here, but I don't want it to cross over, right? I want it to cross over next to the bottle, but not necessarily the other flowers I've done. Okay? So there we go. We've got an abundance of flowers, and that's what we wanted. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to add to show you before I did the tag is that extra spare bottle I had right here. I'm just going to add it, right, where it comes out right here. It can come out any way you want to. I'm just going to do mine to the side right there. And see, when you open it up, I have my opportunity creativity there. I have the bottle with the flowers and I have my message right here. Okay, so I'm going to just grab that. We'll get this down. And I really like this, you know. And there's even a little label stamp in here. I'll show you that if you wanted to and you wanted to put something on this little bottle here, you could do that as well too. You have this little bitty label here, and you could put sending cheer, so you could easily stamp that on here. And you could do this in a lighter color and then stamp this here with a dark brown like we did up here. We're going to do right here. So see, so there's just different options. So we have options. Let me get this on here. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit so I can get it in the spot here a little bit easier. So I don't want to cover up all my flowers, but I can definitely cover up the ones that I messed up on, right? That came out, oops, my opportunity for creativity. So I don't usually have, I do have them, but some days it seems like I have them more than others. And for whatever reason, today seems to be one of those days. But it's okay, right? We're not going to sweat the small stuff. That's the small stuff. So we're just going to trim this down to where I like it, right? So I could do that right there. Would be perfect for me. If I wanted it smaller, I could do it too. But I'm just going to leave it right there. So I'm actually just going to use tape because I got this up on dimensionals. So I'm just going to tape and put it down. So is it the original way I wanted to design it? No. But I had my opportunity for creativity. So, and I was just explaining to my friend yesterday, I don't mind those. There's just some days I could do without it, right? Today is one of those days, but apparently somebody out there on the net watching this is going to need this. Alright, so I have that. I have my flowers there. I have my flowers over here. So I have my opportunity now to go and figure out what I'm going to put over here. So I don't have anything. I'll have to do that later. But looky there. So the thing is I would just now, if I wanted to, I'd add some bling. And the bling that I wanted to add was this Let's see how it's going to look. It's called Champagne. And I just like it. I think it's going to look pretty on those flowers. Champagne rhinestones. And all I'm going to do is just put them. Actually, let's see if we can do it this way. This has got a little putty on the end to get those off too if you want to. So I'm just going to come through and sprinkle them through. Do I have to put on every single flower? No, but you know what? I do want to at least put it on a few, right? Look at that sparkle. So I'm going to put 3 over here. And we can decide if we want to do any more or not. Because this is, where I'm going to put my message. And all we did is we cut off, let's see what we cut off here to get this look. Okay, this is the centimeter side, so I can't tell you. I would say that's most probably at least an inch, a little bit more than an inch. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead, because I did this here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a bigger bling that I can put up over here. It's all about the bling, right? People look at the bling. They don't notice your oops at all. You notice your oops, but they don't. Alright? So I'm just going to give a little bling there. And I'm going to see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's actually our odd numbers. We usually try to use odd numbers. If I need to do that, I can actually still lift this up a little bit and move it. Right? I don't always like to do that, but I can do it if I need to, right? Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay. There we go. So now I'm getting the look I wanted. I wanted where it looked like it's overflowing with happiness. I got flowers coming down. I actually got my bling on here. And I could actually still put some Wink of Stella. Never hurts to have Wink of Stella and bling, right? Wink of Stella is never an issue. Just going to sparkle up those flowers even more. So everybody will be watching how sparkly it is instead of trying to see if I made any errors. You know what? I always even do the ones that are just like this. You know, it just gives a little bit of extra sparkle. Not too much. Just a nice sheen. Just a nice light sheen. Especially when you worked on getting the bottle over here and trying to get that right and everything else. Okay. So there you go. So you see the bling, you see the sheen. And it just makes a nice, simple, we did simple stamping. The more stepping it up was putting this bottle on here, right? And if you want to sit there and put Wink of Stella all over there to fresh as a sheen, you can do that too. And we put the bottle here, and then we did the stamping off and so forth and off. So this is what we got that we did here. We did not put bling on here. We can come back and put bling. Always put Wink of Stella too. So we got those 2 cards there, and then we showed you how to do this here. So this one here was my opportunity for creativity, just like the one I showed here. So what would I do with this one here where I've got this over here? Well, I'm going to just cut this off. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. And I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to trim it. And I'm going to show you what I did. I'm actually going to go over this stuff. I'm teaching you really bad habits today. Okay. So I'm just going to come over this, and then I'm going to put it down. I'm going to make sure it is at 5.5. It is. It is a bad habit. You're not supposed to hold this and do this at the same time. It should be down. Let's see here. Yep, because I did it. That's okay. We're just going to come him down. Alright, so I see that was happening because I was just holding it. So I got all my stuff there. Alright, so now we're really going to come down and size it a little bit more. Actually, this really should have been more like 4 1/4. Let's see what I got that. Yeah. Okay, because actually that's the front of a card. Now, can we do it smaller than that? Yes, we can. Alright, but this will fit your standard card size, right? 4 1/4. If we wanted to, and we wanted to size a little bit further down, then you just come down on this side here, and we could do the bottom as well too. But what I was going to do with this is, so I cut off our opportunities for creativity, and now I have just stamped a butterfly on back, and now I have a note card. Alright? And you can have a very nice note card that you write to a friend, and we just stick it in the envelope. Okay? So that is why we're going to create that one there. This one here, what I would do is I would just trim it out. It's too late to die cut, right? If we were going to die cut, we would do it before we put this on here. right? We would die cut the flowers, put them on dimensionals, but we can't. So the same thing here is, let's just trim it down, right? Alright, don't worry. I create a mess, I have to clean up my own mess, right? Nobody's going to come behind me. So, all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to where I think I have finished, where I accidentally, the stamp fell over on me. Alright? And I'm just going to size it down, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to size it down on all sides. Okay. And so from here, and I'll just show you what you can do. So if you wanted it shorter, you could make it shorter. If I want the top a little bit, just a smidgen shorter, I can. Alright, don't want too much because I don't want to cut off my leaves, but you could if you wanted to. Now this one, for whatever reason, I got that one little spot. I'm just going to trim it with my scissors. Okay, that's all that was. Alright, so what this will go really good with, so you can take an oops like this, and I'm just going to borrow this other cardstock. And looky here, we can take this and we can just put another color behind this here. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have another beautiful card. I'll still color it, but I'll have another beautiful card. I'll just put it up here with dimensionals. With I can either put the color we just used, which was the Blushing Bride, and just give you an idea what it would look like. I could put Blushing Bride cardstock behind here. I could put, let's see what else I might would do. I don't know that I would do the blue. You know, you sort of play around with it. I might could put the blue, but I don't think I would. I think what I would do is either go get the purple that I put on here. Here's another. This is a new color. Orchid Oasis. I could easily put that color behind here too. So you have options. You just go and find which color. Here's another color that might work really good too. I always just take my ink pads, or if I've got my paper handy, I'll do it. But I could easily, looky there, that green would make it pop really good because you already know we're going to add color to it, right? And here's a perfect example. This one's already colored, just to give you an idea. But even could have just done the Granny Apple Green, right? Just find a color that's going to be nice with it and do that. That's what I'll do with this. So this will be an opportunity for me to make another card, and I will just raise it up and color it, and it'll be a day. All right? So with that, let me lay them out here, the stuff we got here. We got this one here. We have this one here. And let me show you. I'm going to move the stuff out so you can see all the other stuff we already created, just so you get your ideas going. This is all about giving you some ideas to go create, right? It's not about looking at the mess I created. It's about going out there and creating something. Yes, you may make a mess. But guess what? It's better to have fun and create a mess. And you know you're going to clean it up anyway, right? Alright, so just giving you some different ideas today. We actually created this simple. And then we actually stepped it up by just adding the flowers, right? Just adding some flowers into the base, stamping to the side, and giving it extra color there. Let me give you some other ideas too, because this one was using a different type of flower. And then we stepped it up by using this bottle beads and putting a tag on it, right? Because we still want to put a tag. So here's the one. So you see that one there that I did beforehand and the one I did here now. Okay, so you see the difference. We also added a bottle, right? It's right over here to the side. And we added bling. So it just gives you some different ideas of how you can go create and do things differently, and you still have beautiful cards. So I hope you enjoyed that today, and so we'd appreciate it if you would share on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube also. We always post our videos on YouTube, and we always post our pictures of what we create and everything on Instagram. So one way or the other, if you miss us live, we're out there so you can go get the information, alright? So we'd enjoy it if you would share it, and we look forward to seeing you next time, next week, Wednesday at noon. So keep it simple or stepping it up. See you later next week.